ready, proceed to the
Hey, what's up
navigation
everybody?
console.
Um, as you see by the title of this video, this is a continuation of day one. Um, I really just wanted to get finished the initial quest before day two, so that's all this is. In the last video, I did finish off by kind of talking a little bit about mods, and I want to touch on it just a little bit today because I think I left a little bit out. I'm not going really in depth about mods, but something to understand. So I'm just going to come over here. Is well, from the very start in this initial quest here, you really don't need mods. They're not going to make much of any difference at all. Now, before we get into the very last mission of this first quest, we are going to be adding a couple of mods just to add, mostly the weapons, just to add some damage to everything. Make it a little bit easier. But something I really didn't talk about yesterday is this capacity. The capacity matches the rank that you are, or that the item is, Warframe, weapon, etc. So once this becomes rank 4, the capacity will be 4, so forth and so on, all the way up to 30. There is a way to actually increase that. You can actually double the mod capacity by coming down here to actions, and you've got this thing right here. Now for Warframes, it's called an Orokin Reactor, and if we come out of here and go into a weapon, you can see it's an Orokin Catalyst. Now, yes, you can buy it for 20 platinum. At the moment, it's rather pointless to do. It's not going to do much for you because, well, at the moment, you really don't have that many mods. And on top of that, there's really no mods that you're going to get that are really going to, like, give your give your items a huge boost in any way. So don't even worry about that right now. And this whole thing here, you see polarization, same thing. Don't worry about it. We'll be getting into all of that quite a bit later. We'll be going into modding pretty in depth in some later video. It's going to be a little while before then. Some of you may have already noticed that if you hit mods here and click on this, you can do this thing called start fusing. This is how you actually upgrade your mod itself to make it even more powerful. On these flawed mods, do not do that. It is a waste of money. It is a waste of endo if you get it. And now, for those of you that don't know, what's endo? That one's a little bit harder to explain. But endo is something that you get. You can read this here. You know, you can get it from Iatan Sculptures, which you don't know about just yet, obviously. You can also get it from some missions. You can get it for well, we're not even into open world. Like this, see, this is why I don't get into mods this early. There's a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. But even if you happen to get some endo, maybe you've gone ahead a little bit, you're already done with the initial quest, and you have some endo, do not upgrade flawed mods. Just don't do it. There's one mod, and only one mod, that's flawed that I would ever actually say upgrade, and that's something called Enemy Sense, which helps you see enemies around you. The only reason for that is because it does take a little while before you get a regular version of Enemy Sense, and it's nice to be able to see on the minimap where enemies are around you, so you're not just running around looking for them. Actually, let's pop back into there real quick. As you can see, this is rank 5, capacity 5. The only difference with this stuff is when you get a new weapon or a new Warframe, the initial mod capacity matches your mastery rank. So if you're rank 1, the brand new weapon, brand new weapon, Warframe, whatever, will start with a mod capacity of 1. If you're rank 20, it'll start with mod capacity 20. Now, what you will notice, and obviously I'm covering right now, is that it'll stay at mod capacity 20 until you reach rank 21 on that item. Like, just because you start at 20 doesn't mean once you reach rank 1 on that item, it'll go up to 21. No, it'll literally stay at 20. But the reason for that is that now, with the higher mastery rank, you're able to put more mods on your item initially, so you don't have to wait as long to add mods to it. So it's just a perk, one of a few perks that come with raising up your mastery rank. So with all of that, we're just going to jump straight into the very next mission. So locate foundry segment. So
Tenno, we may have a
I
problem.
don't remember
The
what.
colony is unresponsive.
We'll see what this mission type is, because I'm really not sure. All right, yeah, skip that.
I was afraid of this. The Grineer are here,
Okay.
and I cannot find any signs of living colonists.
I'm
You still
not
have
sure
a job
yet.
to do. Find
I
the
believe this
foundry
is one that
segment.
I just need to go through and find something real quick. I'm trying to think of what mission type that would be. Oh, real quick. Yeah, these lines that you see, as you can see, it says, you know, use zip line. You press that, and you can... no, I was too low for that. Oh, I don't think I can actually go on there. Okay, whatever.
This was once a
But,
prosperous,
yeah, you can
independent
use
colony
that kind of stuff. You
until the
cannot
Grineer
roll
arrived.
dodge while you're on it. You can't, well, you can kind of slide, as you can see there, but you can't roll dodge.
Their love will return when I deliver
Or
you.
roll, or whatever you want to call it. So let's just run and get this stuff done.
Tenno, are you there? The signal cannot be boosted any further. Hurry, we are running out of time.
Why is this so laggy all of a sudden? There it is.
Good. Your ship
Oh,
is one
come
step
on.
closer to completion.
I got some new
Now,
software
there
for
is one
this,
more thing you need
well,
to do.
using my phone as a
Eliminate
camera,
all Grineer and provide justice for the colonists.
and still screwing up.
Soon the worm will be in your spine, and I will.
Yeah. I don't care what you say, Vord. I really don't.
I will purge your.
Get out of my way so I can actually see what I'm
and
doing.
Bring you home.
So I guess the closest mission type to this would be is maybe a sabotage. And what happened at the end of this year, how I now have to defeat all these enemies. That's something that happens. Okay. There's something that happens from time to time where, oh, that works. Yeah, after you finish the sabotage, or sometime, actually, no, it's not even with assassinate. It's really only with sabotage, where every once in a while, it's a random thing. There's no way to make it happen or make it not happen. But it'll be like, oh, something happens, eliminate all enemies in the area. And then it turns into an exterminate mission. And, oh, I only need one more. Okay, that works. You know, I don't think I ever explained that one either. So when you have to, kind of when you're opening containers, or as you saw there was that little fan that I went through. There's 3 ways to open them, strictly speaking. Every one of them, technically I guess it's only the one. You have to damage it in some way. So whether you hit it with the sword like that, do that. As you can see, that just opened that one right there because it did seismic wave. Or you can shoot it with whatever weapon you have. So if I find another one, I'll show you. I'll hit it with an arrow, and if I can find another, I'll shoot it with my secondary. If I can actually move. Oh, there we go. So see, opens up, and okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's why. There we go. And that's it. It's pretty simple. But now that one's done. And as you kind of saw, I didn't really have to kill a bunch of enemies along the way. I did, I think, twice, kind of pause to just defeat the enemies in the area. You really don't have to. Where, just literally run, do the whole, bullet jump, double jump, roll to just fly through the map and just get to that yellow marker, pick up that segment, and then you have to eliminate enemies. Alright, there's the foundry. Now we'll be able to actually build things. which again we're really not going to be getting into right now. We're going to wait until after the end of this quest to really start doing
Boundary
this. But
restored.
something we're
Here,
going
the
to have to
operator will
do, as you're
craft you
going to
many
find out,
powerful weapons and tools
is
to
there's something that
exact
we need to
revenge for
build,
dismantling
which
me.
is this
To
right here,
expand your
the
offer.
Ascaris Negator.
Oh no. Operator,
Ascaris,
our
whatever.
component storage has been
So we
looted
need a
as well.
Morphic, we need 450
Typical
salvage, and
corpus.
we need
Sure, the
240
blueprint is
polymer
free, but
bundles in
jack of
order
the
to build
components.
this. And if
Operator,
you
we will need
may have already
resources in order to build the
noticed,
countermeasure blueprint.
there it is up at the top right. Raid the Corpus Resources Caches. This is going to be your
I
first
just
most
received a
annoying
very
mission,
explicit message from your
and
ship,
you're going
Cephalon.
to quickly learn
If you're looking for
why
resources, why didn't you
everybody,
just say so?
and I mean pretty much everybody,
I know just the place
absolutely
where I
hates the
demand a report.
Corpus.
My mother is no gymnast, and she would never eat those things.
Yeah, thank you, camera. Um, yeah, the
You can go
Corpus
straight
are,
to operator.
you know, screw it,
I'm
you'll
sorry.
see them yourself. But yeah,
Wow.
they're
You may want
they're
to get a
really
new
annoying,
ship, Cephalon, when you can afford it.
and it's
That
some of
one
the most
seems
annoying
glitched.
missions you will ever
I've
do. And
marked a
some of these
navigation map
planets,
this
by
time.
the way, like
It
Earth
goes for
here has,
resources. If you can stop them
outside of
before we-
quests, Earth has Grineer enemies, Mercury has Grineer, Mars has Grineer. I know we're not up to all these things yet. I'm just saying. Venus, how? Really, camera? Really? Um, Venus, however, has nothing but Corpus. Jupiter is Corpus. Phobos is Corpus. Eris, we'll talk about Eris when we get up to it. It's something completely different. But yeah, just know that each planet outside of the void, that's a completely different beast by itself as well, has its own, it's either, for the most part, it's either Grineer or Corpus. And the Corpus planets, you really just want to run through, to be perfectly honest with you. You just get them done, get through. There are resources that are on Corpus-only planets that you will need to actually collect at some point, but you really don't have to worry about farming
Dark
resources for a
intel
little while.
suggests that this outpost is host to several rich supply
Okay.
caches. Raid the caches and take what you need.
And this one
This outpost belongs to
is
the Corpus, a secretive but extremely powerful
really
merchant
not.
cult
Oh,
known
come
to be working with the Grineer.
on.
Dargo will fill you in.
Legions of
Excuse me.
robots, mindless
It's not really anything.
freaking
So
layers.
normally in sabotage missions,
These guys are
there
bad
are
news,
3
but they're
of
also
these
loaded,
containers,
which is why you're here.
and once Darvo stops talking, hopefully you can hear that. I know I can. That kind of ringing sound. When you get close to these caches, that's the noise that it makes. So if you suddenly start hearing that, especially if you wear headphones, you might be able to hear it a little bit better. If you start hearing that noise, just listen for a second. I don't know. Hopefully it's loud enough for you guys. Yeah, if you start hearing that, then kind of pause for a little bit and try to like move around, because it should, like, here it's louder in my right ear, here it's louder in my left ear. So you should be able to judge kind of where it might be. In this case, I have to actually open these to
Technically,
for
they're
this
secret,
quest.
but don't let that bother you. The Corpus aren't exactly beacons of moral fortitude either. They sell anything to anyone.
So there you go. There's the first example of Corpus. For some reason, Corpus is always a lot stronger.
But I don't sell my wares to the damn good
Um,
That's unforgivable.
And at the moment, I don't really want to get into the difference between ferrite armor and I forget what their shield is called, but Corpus have shields, Grineer have armor. There's different way, and then that kind of gets into modding stuff, which we're not going to talk about. Come on. There we go. Seriously, camera, I gotta figure out, I think it's something with my laptop. So, it might be something I just have to deal with for a little while. Well, not me, I'm just playing the game. You guys are the ones that have to look at me. Oh, that was just me. There we go. Oh, there we go, there's a perfect example. Look at that gap. And yet, look how easily you're able to get over it. Bullet jump, double jump, aim glide. And you get really far. Yeah, we'll tell you that much. That most likely, or most of the time anyway, you're fighting against the Corpus. You will be just meleeing them, like as much as possible. Oh, I didn't even get into melee attacks at any point. So you see how I kind of slide and then attack, and does a spinning attack thing there. When we're done with this little mission here, I am going to show you that
Good work,
you actually
but you're not
get,
done yet.
you do more damage
Find
when
the
you do a
next
slide
patch.
attack
You almost have what you need.
than with a regular attack. But it's possible to actually miss the target doing a slide attack. You're going to learn the timing over a while. So you can see I keep missing them as well. So you'll learn the timing over time. Go figure. So, you know, if you're trying to do some the slide attacks and you keep missing or something like that, don't worry. You'll get the hang of it over time.
Time for extraction. We have all you came for.
Oh, also, especially if you're on Steam, there's, oh my God, Lord, go away. There is an achievement for knocking the helmets off of those humanoid Corpus. I don't think I actually took his head off, or his helmet. I don't know if I still can. Nope. Ooh, that was violent. Ooh, his head went bye-bye. So yeah, you this game might be a little violent at times. I mean, hell, it's a first-person shooter where you're a space ninja that chops people up. Well, not people, but enemies. So, yeah, not for the faint of heart. Oh, you dick. Oh, those things, you can read it right there. It says explosive barrel. Oh, come on. Yeah, I've really got to figure out what's going on with my camera. There I'm gonna get. Anyway, there are different types of things, such as that explosive barrel. There's also ones that look like that, there it is. The LN2 barrel, that'll actually hit you, like proc you with cold. So it'll slow you down. You'll still be able to move, but it'll slow you down. Whereas, oh, come on. I just really don't want to get that done. If you look at the top right there, you can see that says blast, and now it's counting down. I forget exactly what blast does to you, but, oops. But yeah, you'll take extra damage if you have blast proc on you, just like if you have cold proc on you, you will move slower. And all of those things you can proc onto an enemy as well. But again, that's modding stuff. We get into that much later. And look at that, we got enemy sense. And like I said, that's really the only flawed mod that I would actually recommend you actually level up when you can. We still have no endo, so it really doesn't matter. Right now, but again, that's really the only one that I would ever say actually do anything to actually increase the level. Okay, I got one more fic, got enough salvage. Should have enough polymer bundles as well.
Are you all right?
So now we go in and we build this, which takes all of 30 seconds.
I admire you for your struggle, but now
Of course.
part of you.
Lotus,
It's always
do
fun.
something. Help the operator.
It's always nice when you remember to fill your water before talking a whole lot.
We are millions strong, but with a
Man,
we
shut
are
up, Boar.
disease.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this, and once we take, I forget if it's right when we take it or if I have to take it and then exit out, but I think you use it almost immediately.
Operator, do not abandon me again.
And
Build the countermeasure.
yeah, there we go. And there we go.
I did this for my love, my
And
queen.
you will notice I'll wait until he's all done talking before I do anything. I'm literally just sitting back and just chilling for now.
Our love will be
I've ran into issues in the past where I tried kind of doing things while this was going on, and or doing another quest, and they're kind of in the middle of talking or something like that, and there's like something that's going to happen kind of like this, and it kind of broke the game, and I had to completely exit out of the game and open it back up to actually complete it. So it's an annoyance. So I just sit here and wait until everyone's done talking, and then I'll actually continue on with what I'm doing.
Good. You managed to disarm Vor's Ascaris.
Yeah.
I thought I lost you. Oh no. The Ascaris had a tampering
Actually, you know what? For a
failsafe.
moment while they're
It's
talking, I'm
burrowed
going to go
into
get some
you
water.
and armed itself. We'll need to find Vor before it detonates. Get to navigation. Boarding a Grineer ship to access their personnel records will be the fastest way to find Vor.
Operator, what are you waiting for? Ordis assumes finding Vor implies violence? Hello, operator. May I suggest you access navigation and save your life? For my sake.
Alright, seems like they're all done talking now. Yeah, I did turn that on. Good. Alrighty, let's see what's next. I have to obtain some new nav segment.
The systems on this Grineer galleon can be made compatible with your ship. Find and extract a navigation segment.
Okay, so this one we're just going to be running through. So I'm trying to get this done. There's really not much more, for the most part, tutorial things to really spend time explaining. The next real big thing I'll need to really take time out to explain is, Jesus, modding. But we're, oh no, I'm trying to think of, I don't know, maybe 2 days before I get kind of in-depth modding. And even then, it won't be like in-depth because there's a couple of mods that we're not even going to be getting until a couple of days in. And we still need to rank up as well. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. God, I remember this from when I very first started playing this game. Many years ago. Okay.
Good work.
So you can see you got that yellow marker there, you got that green marker there.
Coordinates in this nav segment
And
put
I'm
the
just going to
galleon
keep
on a
talking
direct
over Lotus
course
here
to a
because
convoy of
she's going to
colonists.
say exactly what I'm saying.
You have a choice.
Which is you can either go
You
and
can
save
extract
some
now,
things there, or you
can
can just
disable
leave.
this galleon and save
Um,
the colonists.
Yeah,
Saving
you
the
get, there's
colonists
literally no
will jeopardize
benefit
this
in
mission.
going
I
and
recommend you head straight to extraction. The choice is
saving the
yours.
ship, saving the people, and whatever that she just said. So just go to the exit. If you want, I'm sure there's somebody out there that has a video
Your shield capacity
of
is just
what
been
happens
halved.
when you actually go and
You're wasting precious time.
save the ship instead of just leaving. I don't think I've ever once actually done that, to be honest with you. Out of like maybe the 4 new accounts that I've ever made on this, I don't think I've ever gone and did the whole side part there. I just left because it's really pointless. Oh, look at that, Endo. I was just talking about that. What do you know? So this. Okay. Okay. So. Ooh, 2 things. 1, Endo. Now we can actually rank up mods. But like I said, with the flawed mods, it's absolutely pointless. Like, you have no idea how pointless it is, because you're going to be selling them pretty soon anyway, once you get the regular version of them. So
When
don't
you
even
are
worry
ready,
about that.
proceed to the navigation
Now,
console.
okay.
The detonator is charging.
Okay,
up. You need to bring
now we get to have
Vor
some fun.
down. He thinks
All
he
right,
can
two
capture
things.
you
One, you
again.
may notice in
Don't
the
worry.
top left of
I
my
will be
screen
with you.
there, there's
Let us show
something
him
kind of
how
weird
much
at
you
the
have
very, very
learned.
top there. Looks kind of like that. And you can read here, it says Mastery Rank Up. Yes, yeah, going Australian there. God, that was probably horrible. I guarantee EU's going to watch this, and she's going to be like, "Oh my God, that is not not an Australian accent." Yeah, I know. Anyways, enough of that aside. Yeah, I've already got enough experience at this point to rank up to rank 1, and I'm going to. Now, in order to rank up, now some of you may have noticed that you can actually get rid of a single one of your weapons. Now, you must always have at least one weapon equipped. Doesn't matter which one it is, but you must have at least one actually equipped. You can't go into something without any weapons at all. But in order to take the mastery rank test, you must have all 3 weapons equipped. So, with that, another kind of only one thing about ranking up. The first couple of them are really easy, as long as you've been, getting a little bit better. If you're brand new at the game, of course. If you got a little bit better about actually defeating enemies, you're going to have no problem with the first couple of ranks. Second is we're going to click on mastery rank here. If you don't feel comfortable just jumping straight into the test, you got this option right down here that says practice. Now you can practice as many times as you want. Doesn't matter. However, for the test, if you fail the test, you have to wait 24 hours to take that test again. So be careful. So if you're more comfortable practicing a bit first to make sure you can actually get the test done, do it. Because you may do the practice 5, 6, who knows, 10 times. But you may do that in the span of, say, 30 minutes, and you'll be feeling comfortable enough to actually take the test. Then you can take the test and most likely pass it. Or you can jump straight into the test, potentially fail it, and have to wait a full 24 hours before you can do it again. And when I say wait 24 hours, I don't mean how the rewards are reset at 8 o'clock. No, it's literally from the time you fail, 24 hours from that point before you can take the test again. So we're going to jump straight into this. I mean, you're going to see this. The first one is you need to defeat enemies with your primary weapon. Second one, you have to defeat enemies with the secondary weapon. Third, melee weapon. That's literally all they are. Obviously, this one kind of sucks with the Mark 1 Paris.
I believe you can handle more.
Oh, I messed that up. And I forgot to show you the whole deal with the melee weapon and the sliding. I did that sliding attack. So hopefully I'll remember that after I leave here.
Excellent. Continue.
Oh, come on, camera. Now you can see I've got 3 minutes to defeat 6 more enemies. So it's not exactly the hardest thing in the world. Oh, I need 2 more. Uno, dos. That's it. That's literally the entire test. And like I said, the second test to get to Mastery Rank 2, it's essentially the exact same thing that just happened here, only you use your secondary instead of your primary weapon, and same thing with the third, only that's with your melee weapon. Now to explain this stuff a little bit, now this daily standing limit, this is for faction stuff. we're not getting into those right now because we don't even have access to them until rank 3, so it really doesn't matter. The base mod capacity, remember I was telling you that when you get a brand new weapon, Warframe, whatever, the capacity that that will have will match whatever mastery rank you are. So if we get a new weapon right now, it'll start with 1 capacity just because I'm rank 1. So that's that base mod capacity right there. And this void trace storage is another thing that we're really not going to be talking about right now because we don't have access to relics. So once we get to all of those things, I will kind of go back and explain the daily standing, void trace storage. I'll actually be talking about that then. So when that stuff pops up, just don't even worry about it. And for the most part, if you do anything in this game and something pops up saying like increases this or that, and you don't know what it is, I mean, you could do a Google search on it, and that wouldn't be an issue. Or you can pretty much figure that it really doesn't matter for the time being. For that, this is a decoration that you can put in your orbiter. We'll actually go into like decoration stuff later on. It's something you can do if you want to, but I'll show you how to actually get into that. But we'll delete that for now. We'll leave that there. And now we're going to come down here real quick because I want to show you this melee. So we're going to go into upgrade. And you can see right here, slide attack, 120. And actually, that one's exactly the same for the regular damage. Some weapons, some melee weapons, the slide attack is actually higher than the regular attack. So you do more damage if you do a slide attack. Now, this next... Yeah, because I have that. This next one here, it's for this quest. If you already noticed, it's confront Vor. You're literally, it's a boss fight. Simple way to put it. So now I actually do want to upgrade some of the mods if I can, which in this case I really can't. Gee, thanks, game. Yeah, I'll cover that in just a second. But as you can see here, this one adds electricity, this one adds heat. Yes, those will add to your damage. And again, I'm not getting into the conversion and how the 10% electricity, how that's actually calculated, how that goes in. Just know that it will increase your total damage. Actually, let's take that out. So you can see without that, that's 40. If I put that in, it's now 44 total, but we also now added electricity on there. And if we switch that out, that now turns to heat. Now, all of heat, electricity, and cold all do different things, and you can also combine them. Like I said, we're not going in depth in mods right now. Just know that each of those things affects different enemies in different ways, and we'll be covering all of that much later. So for now, we're just going to stick with Hornet Strike just for the 44 damage. And I got 4 there. Oh, I really don't want either of those. So what these are technically weapon buff. All it is you can see it's 2.5% damage to Corpus, so Corpus enemies. And this one against Grenier is 2.5 damage to Grenier enemies. So whatever your damage is here, add an additional 2.5% if you have this on. And that's the actual damage you'll do to that enemy. Again, I think, well, not again. No, I think I did actually mention it. I don't know. Keep in mind, yesterday I recorded 2 videos, and I thought I screwed the first one up, so I recorded another one. So it's hard to remember what I said in one and maybe didn't say in the other. Bear with me. But anyway, yeah, this will allow you to. Oh, yeah, there's math involved in modding. Just keep that in mind. There is a website out there. There's actually a few websites, but there's a great website out there. Come to think of it, you can probably even watch videos of different mod setups that people have used for, you know, Warframes, weapons, all that stuff. But there's actually a website out there, and I will be covering. It's called Overframe. I believe it's .gg. But just if you were to just search Overframe, you would find it. In that you have people that have made they've modded their weapons and Warframes in a certain way, and it worked out for them or whatever. And you can go in there and you can test them. You can see what they did. And you can test out the build for yourself. I'm actually just going to leave that on there because, why not? For mods in the beginning here for Warframes, really all you ever want is shield capacity, and I know I have it here, health, and this one here armor, just to add a little bit of armor. The rest of this stuff from the very beginning here does not matter in any way, shape, or form. I mean, the closest you can say is enemy sense, just so you can see what's around you. And like the continuity there, I don't even need that on there. So we're going to take that off. We're going to put vitality up there. And I still have 2, so we're going to add steel fiber as well. So now I've got more armor, I've got more health, and I already had additional shield. Like it was 140, now it's 160. So we're going to go in. So our Warframe is going to be a little bit stronger now. And we're just going to do that. We're just going to jump straight into this, so that you can kind of see that you really don't need to do a whole lot to get through this initial quest. The enemies aren't as tough. I mean, if you're brand spanking new, they might seem a little tough, but you're quickly going to look back and be like, yeah, no, they're really not. If you would rather maybe level your weapons up a little bit, maybe have a chance to get some different mods, you can actually go back and replay these missions that we've already played. Now, they're going to be a little bit different. Like you can see this is an interception. We're not talking about that mission type right now because it's kind of a pain at times. That one's a capture, so you just go through, you defeat an enemy, main enemy, you capture it, you hit your, what was it called again? Context action kind of thing, whatever. Same thing you do to, seriously, my God. Same thing you do to interact with environment things. For me, it's G, as if you guys remember my key bindings. And then both of these are just exterminate, and you can go through and get experience or get affinity so that you can level up your weapons. With that, really quick, if you like right now, we have all 3 weapons equipped. If you come in here and say you just want to level up the Scanna, you can come in and get rid of both of those and go into the mission with just the Scanna, and the Scanna will get a lot of affinity. I'll just put it that way, because the affinity gets divided up in a very specific way. I forget what the percentages are, but it gets divided in between the Warframe, in this case Excalibur, Scanna, and there's actually another weapon that comes with Excalibur. However, you don't get it until you unlock Exalted Blade here at rank 10. That's rank 10 for the Warframe, not your mastery rank, which at the moment is rank 5. So it'll be a little while before that comes up. Now, when it comes up, you can actually upgrade it with mods, just like you can Scanna. And when that comes up, we'll actually go over that a little bit. But just know that it gets the affinity gets divided up between everything. But I'm just going to go in with everything here, and I'm going to confront Captain Vor. Most likely, even if you got the Bratton, most likely you will prefer to go after Vor with your melee, simply because it most likely in the end it'll actually do more damage. I might shoot an arrow at him just to do some damage with that, but I'm mostly going to be using my Scanna.
I could have saved the Grenier, but
Yeah.
me out. Maybe it's not too late to draw your divine blood.
This is our chance. Vor has been stripped of his elite guard. He is vulnerable. Take him out.
I will put you down like a rabid coop.
Butthead. Oh, just so you know, yeah, you guys will be getting flawed mods for a little while. Huh, there we go. There you are. So you see that little blue line there, you got to take that down and then do regular damage, and then when it gets down, there we go. When it gets down to that point, he puts himself in a little ball, and you can't do anything to him. You have to wait until he's all done. There we go. Now you can damage him again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Where'd you go?
You will join us one way.
Alright, there's 2 down.
This will hurt!
And we're all done.
The Ascaris detonator has just disintegrated. It's as if it was
Now I
directly connected to
usually,
Vor.
yeah,
We're
okay,
done
he's gone.
here. Go to
Usually I wait
extraction.
until the boss enemy kind of disappears because they will drop things at times. In fact, there are, when we get into just actually finishing different planets, there's a specific mission called Assassinate, where it's essentially just a boss fight, and that's actually how you get parts for Warframes. Some of them will actually drop certain resources, usually rare resources, like gallium. I know that makes absolutely no sense right now because we're not going to be getting gallium for a while. But anyway, just know that there's something called gallium that takes a while to get, and there's a particular boss assassinate mission that actually gives you gallium when you finish the mission. And it only gives you a single galleon, by the way, so yeah, you're not exactly going to be getting rich on galleon from beating it. But just know that there are times where there's some of them that will drop something specific every time you beat them. But for the most part, and you will see, I'm kind of getting ahead of a few things here, but when we start unlocking new Warframes, you'll see that you have to keep going in and doing an Assassinate, because at the end of it, you'll get some part for a Warframe. It might just be a duplicate of one that you already have, and then you got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Gotta love the, for those of you new to gaming and stuff like that, just in case there's any of you out there, there's something that you may have heard of before called RNG. Yeah, random number generator.
You've done it, Tenno. Vor's Ascaris is gone. You are free now. But your work has just begun. The origin system is in
That's what I was going to say.
chaos, and
Yeah,
it
you
needs
may also
Tenno.
hear it known as the Orange Gods,
Vor was just a part
because
of the Grineer
sometimes they're happy
machine,
with you,
and
sometimes
we
they're
have
really
seen
not.
that the Corpus have begun amassing weapons of their own.
Blah blah
It is a dangerous
blah.
time.
Talk.
Ordis will gladly assist the operator in cutting a bloody
Okay,
path
there we
in
go.
whatever mission they choose.
Now that you've freed yourself before the scars, you have a new mission.
We will
Why
be at your side.
burn.
There will be others too. It is time for the Tenno to return. So, what mission will you do next?
That's it. That's the very beginning of the game. That's essentially the initial tutorial.
A new quest
Starting
is
from
available
that
in your
very
codex.
first tutorial, if you started a new account, you don't. Well, everyone's gone through it at least once. Duh. And then that whole quest there is kind of a continuation. What is this? Dog days. This is something that I should probably be looking at with you guys. Wait, what? Oh, that's TennoCon specific. That's why it was coming up. Yeah, it still doesn't matter to us. Next time there's a TennoCon every year. So yeah, we're not going to be getting into that stuff either. So why? Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. I was just curious about this tactical alert thing that's on here. There's events that come in every once in a while, like this one's the tactical alert. There's you know what, screw it. I'll just wait until events actually come up to really talk about them, because what's the point of talking about them if you have no idea what I'm talking about? And since really all I wanted to do in this continuation of day one here is just to finish up the very first quest. I wanted to finish it yesterday, but I was extremely tired, and like I said, I've recorded 2 different videos because I thought I screwed something up. Oh well, life goes on. So with that, I covered a little bit more about mods. I showed you how easy it is to get through all of these quests. I showed you how to beat Vor. That should be good for this video here. Wow, it was actually about 45 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you kind of learned something if you didn't already know about this stuff. And yeah, there won't be another video today. I'm going to try to start actually recording these videos a little bit earlier in the day instead of in the middle of the night. So I'll be getting another video out there tomorrow for you guys. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.